What is going on, my beautiful D.D.D fam? It's your boy Brendan, aka Drip, back with another video. In today's video, we're going to be talking about that new ORCUST stuff. I was wanting to make a video on this for a while now, but I didn't want to make a video until the support was actually confirmed, because I didn't want to get everyone's hopes up along with my own. So I decided not to. But now I wake up this morning and I'm literally fresh out of the bed, and I look in my Discord, and all y'all been going crazy about tagging me and stuff. But shout outs to my boy American in the Discord, bro. You always got the hookups for me, and I appreciate it, and I love you for it. But if you wonder when I'm looking down at my other phones, because I have the translation stuff here since my PC is not working right now. But if you don't know, ORCUST got 2 new cards announced, and I'll probably put pictures of them over here or over here somewhere so you can see them and read them too if you haven't already read them in the news feed or in my community tab. Which it's been a couple weeks now that they got announced, but it was just like speculations of what the effects were going to be and what they were. But right now, as of right now, it's just a link 1 and a link 4, which in some ways is just more than enough support. We don't really need more than that, but we'll obviously gladly take more than that if they want to give it to us. But the link 1 alone is basically more than enough almost, because it allows us to pretty much become a 1-card combo for the most part, which is very nice, to be able to combat and compete and keep up with the modern Yu-Gi-Oh! Meta decks. The first one we're going to go over is obviously the link 1. The link 1 is, like I said already, it's absolutely phenomenal. So let me read you the effects if you're not already reading them on screen or whatever right now. Her name is Galatea, the ORCUST Automation. She's a dark machine, link monster, obviously, blah, blah. 0 attack. Now this is probably one of my favorite parts about her, to be honest, is she just requires 1 ORCUST or World Legacy monster. The reason why I'm happy about that is because they didn't make her super generic per se. So like she's not like super generic to where we can potentially prevent ORCUST from being splashed like it was years ago. Because I don't want to deal with that again, because then my deck gets hit because of other stupid decks. But anyways, it says you can only use the first and second effect of this card's effect once per turn. Blah, blah, blah. Cannot be used as XZ material. So we can't overlay with Ding. That's perfectly fine. That's perfectly fine. That would be a little bit too broken, because that just means any 1 card can be instant access to Dingirsu, which I understand why that's a problem. So that's perfectly fine. I'm okay with that. Its first effect is you can send 1 card from your hand to the graveyard for cost. For cost. Add 1 World Legacy monster or orchestrated babble from your deck or graveyard to your hand. Which, let's talk about that first effect really quick. Recycling from the graveyard is not really necessary, because babble can do that on its own. It would be really cool if you could add it back from Banish Pile. So you can add it from deck or Banish Pile. So like, let's say they Cosmic Cyclone your Babel or something. You can add it back, because Babel can't add itself back from Banish Pile. But it'd be cool if this could, the link 1 could allow us to. So that means we could have full recyclability of it. But I'm okay with still being able to add it back from graveyard. But the ability to add it from deck is actually really nasty, because it makes it to where we can actually go full combo now and utilize the entire engine and the entire deck, because now we can use this to go get Babel, and then Galatea can go get your Crescendo. So yeah, it's really, really nasty in that regard. But as I was saying, yes, it allows us to go full combo now and basically end on everything. Like, we can just get pretty much almost everything out of the deck, which in my opinion how do I say this? In some of my other builds, I was already running 2 Crescendo. I think now that the consistency is going up, the ability to brick on those cards is going to potentially go down. And Crescendo's not really a bad card to draw anyways. So I think being able to burn through all of our stuff, like turn 1 or whatever, uninterrupted that is, means that it potentially leaves more room to where we can add more stuff to it in the form of like running a second or maybe even a third copy of Crescendo, because Crescendo is just that broken, being a counter trap, and they can't really do anything about it. So only time will tell, but I really do like this first effect. Moving on to the second effect, if this card is in your graveyard, you can banish 1 Orcus card from your graveyard, special summon it. I mean, it's pretty cool. It's really good. It's recursion, and it just gets you another body on board. Let me read something real quick. Yeah, correct me if I'm wrong, but I think the way I'm reading this, because I remind you, I did just wake up at the time of recording this video. It's in the morning time for me. When you banish to summon this back, you can use its effect again to, like, if it got stopped and then you link it away, you can banish it to summon it back, then discard a card, get a card out of hand, search Babel, and then go off from there. That's pretty freaking neat. Another thing too that's really cool about this is it searches a World Legacy monster also. So this allows us to tie in some of the other World Legacy cards, like World Legacy Crown being a negate is really nice, and it can special itself to any a zone a link monster points to. So it opens up the door for us to be able to add different things that we're not used to running with Orcus, because Orcus is all about get to the graveyard ASAP. And we don't have any hand extenders or any room for anything like that, because if we draw them, we draw them. If not, they're just bricks in deck. So, yeah, this Link 1 is really freaking cracked. And remind you, this is a raw, like, take. This is me just looking at it, first glance. It's not even me cooking, really, or anything like that. This is just first glance what I'm taking from it and putting it into a video for you guys. Overall, I think the Link 1 is going to be obviously the most broken card for us support-wise. Now, the Link 4 is a Mekk-knight Orcus, probably going to butcher this, Illingirsu. It's a Link 4 Dark Machine monster, 2800 attack. It requires 2+ materials, including a Orcus Link monster, which is perfectly fine. It's really nice. You could potentially link up into this and still play Longirsu, because I know a lot of people are probably going to cut Longirsu, but I don't want to. At the end of the day, all Orcus cards are spot removal, and that's all that matters, is spot removal. Next, it says you can only use the first and second effects of this card with its name once per turn. First effect, you can target one of your banished Orcust or World Legacy cards, add it to your hand, then shuffle 1 card from your hand into the deck, and if you do, take control of 1 monster your opponent controls. That is absolutely disgusting. A lot of people are probably looking at it from a different perspective, like, oh, Drip, it's a neg 1, bro. You got to shuffle a card back from your hand. But if you look at it from a different point of view, this card is indirectly another Longirsu and Galatea. But in some ways, it can be better. Because, for an example, like the Link 1, if we are trying to banish to summon the Link 1 back, we don't have to burn our skeleton for it. We can banish a Girsu in graveyard to summon back the Link 1, link up into this, add the Girsu back to hand so we have a starter / follow-up, and then shuffle a random card back into the deck from our hand. Or, if we didn't go that route, we can add back a skeleton or something and then immediately shuffle that card back into the deck, because the shuffle back happens after you add back, so you add back first. There's so many different avenues that and plays you can do with this card. But the ability to be paired this with the Link 1, like I just said, to be able to get access like a Girsu or something as a starter for a follow-up again, is absolutely, is just insane. And to be able to take control of opponent's card is obviously absurd too. I just read it. And I have to make sure. Yeah, it doesn't target. It doesn't target. You just take control. Nice card. Nice deck. Absolutely cracked. Second effect. If this card is in your graveyard because it was sent there from the extra monster zone this turn, you can banish it, send 1 card from the field to the graveyard. So you are just eating boards. So you can use the first effect, steal, link this away into like an SP Little Knight or something. This will send something. SP Little Knight will banish something if you need to, or you can link into another ORCUST monster or whatever you want to link into as more spot removal. The deck is obviously designed to be a board breaking deck, and it has been that way for years. And if you're an ORCUST lover, then you know. It's just how it is. So it's just cracked. It's absolutely cracked. One thing I will say is this is my only complaint about this card. And it's not really the card itself. It's the design, if that makes sense. But what I mean by that is I'm frustrated with Konami putting Mekk-knight in the names just because of the lore purposes and not giving them any Mekk-knight effects. If you're a member of the channel for a while, you know I've been complaining for years. Not really complaining. It's just like a little tedious thing that irks me or whatever, whatever you want to call it, with the ORCUST Girsu. The fact that they put Mekk-knight in the name, but he didn't have no Mekk-knight effects or couldn't really do anything besides send in a World Legacy. I was really frustrated that they never really made it to where, like, I really think that with that card, they should have made it to where you could special summon if there's two cards in the same column because it has Mekk-knight in the name. So, like, I just wish if they're going to put Mekk-knight in the name that they would tie more into it besides World Legacy. That's just my personal opinion, because I've obviously played Mekk-knight ORCUST as a deck a fair amount of times, and just Mekk-knights in general, pure Mekk-knights. I like the World Legacy lore per se. I played Crusadia, I've played Mekk-knights, I played ORCUST, blah, blah, blah. I played all that. But I really enjoy the Mekk-knights, and I wish they would tie more into them if they're just going to put Mekk-knights in the name. Other than that, guys, that's basically it for this video. That's all that covers those two cards. This video is probably long enough as it is. I'm not going to do too much cooking until later on. Definitely when I get my computer back, you can expect some cooking in the labs and some videos uploading and stuff. But we have potential. We have potential now to be able to play pure and be able to actually compete and do probably a splash and being rogue and stuff. So definitely with the addition of the Link 1. And there's so many like new hand traps and stuff and new board breakers and stuff that we can run now to be able to just eat the format, send away the format per se. But other than that, guys, that's all I got for you today in this video. I haven't got to talk to you guys in a long time, so hello. But leave a comment down below what's your favorite part about this new support and what you think, what you guys are cooking up. I want to see what you guys are cooking up already in different combo lines and stuff like that. So let me know in the comment section down below. And I'm sorry about this raw video because I'm half asleep making this video. But again, I love you guys so much. It's your boy Brendan, aka Drip. Sign out till next time. Peace. Good dealing, my guys.